everybody, this is Threshold Training's workout day for Thursday, August 27th. So I hope you're enjoying this week's workouts, and I got outside yesterday and enjoying the coolness and the sunshine. For today's workout, we're going to go through some snatch skill and drill up front, and then we're going to get into a body of work for time, focusing mainly on muscular endurance of both the upper body and the lower body. So, up front, if you're in person, we're doing 5 sets of 1 pausing power snatch into 1 hang power snatch. So, the big point of emphasis for the power snatch today is a consistent hang position. So, in that hang position, we are focused on getting our shoulders over the bar here as it starts to arrive at our hip. That's the point of emphasis today. So how it'll look: 1 pausing power snatch. You're going to pause 2 seconds at the knee. 1, 2, and then come into the vertical position. Brush the bar against your hips. Catch in that power position overhead. Then we'll reset down at the waist. We'll come back over the bar, just where you paused at the knee. And then from here, come vertical again, brush, and land in that power position again. Our goal is to keep the loads light so we can focus on technique and can really hone in to that hang position. That's important for when we bring the bar to our waist. It really sets up that nice vertical position to where we will launch the bar. We're going to take about 90 seconds or so of rest. This will allow coaches to come around and coach each one of you, so you will all be going at separate times, and the coaches can make any corrections or adjustments or clap for a job well done. If you are at home and you don't necessarily have a barbell to work on your snatch technique, you could take that time, focus on snatch technique with just a dowel bar. Okay, so you could take, and maybe you can even do this as warm-up, up to you, but you could take a dowel bar or a broom or something similar, empty barbell maybe if you have it, or empty weighted pipe or bar, and you could go through your snatch positions, and you could go through those positions, really dialing in your form and your mechanics. But we do have prescribed those, so something a little bit different. It's a little bit more bodybuilding type focus, if you will. So it's 3 sets of 8 per arm of a standing 1-arm strict press with a dumbbell. So 8 per arm. I'm looking for the dumbbell to stay stacked over the body as you finish up overhead. So versus out to the side or in front. We're also looking for a controlled descent. So the tempo written up there is 2-1-1-1, which means 1 second up, down 2, hold, 1 second up, etc. Then I would repeat on the opposite arm. You will then do a similar tempo with 8 per arm of dumbbell hammer curl. Okay, show them like so. Down 2, hold, up, down 2, etc. Okay, ideally, if we have a load that allows us to work through all 8 reps in a row, great. Okay, the last 2 reps may be a little bit of a challenge, or should be a little bit of a challenge. For the hammer curl, let's make sure that as we're pulling our hand towards our shoulder, the shoulder isn't coming to meet the hand and getting a little bit of advantage, that the shoulder kind of stays relaxed and is independent of the elbow movement. Same thing on the way down, shoulder shouldn't follow the weight down as we do our hammer curls. If you'd like to, you can come against the wall to get a little feedback for your shoulders as you go through your hammer curls. We will take a 60-second rest after each set of those 3 sets. From here, we're going to go to our body of work for time. So a lot of these movements are not designed to be very, very fast. Okay? It's designed to tax your muscles versus really spike your heart rate. And you'll see why. I will say before we go through it, it may rain tomorrow, so particularly if you're in class, we may have to adjust the first and last part of this workout so that we are not outside, unfortunately. If you do happen to come to class and it's not raining, we will allow you to go outside. So this workout starts with a 300-meter burden carry. Burden carry means you can run with the object or walk with the object. We're going to let you choose an object between 15 and 35 pounds to carry with you. Okay? So that object could be wall ball. It could be kettlebell. It could be a dumbbell. And that's about the extent of the objects that we would carry, or a slam ball, I suppose. Okay, you're not carrying somebody else, okay, and you're not carrying a heavy object or like awkward object like a box, okay, but one of those four there. You're going to keep the same object, okay, with you at all times. Okay, you may not drop the object while you are outside. If we see you drop the object, if you are outside, you will have to come back in, and before you can move on, you perform 5 burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our alternate movement, if it's raining outside and super wet, super slippery, which brings in a safety hazard, we will do weighted box step-ups. Okay, so we have one singular dumbbell, just one, on our shoulder, by our side, in our front rack, overhead, or on our back, your choice. And we're going to step up all the way with one leg, come back down, alternate legs, for a total of 30 repetitions. Okay, we should see that the chest has a forward lean, which is fine, but we shouldn't see it lean forward as we step up onto the box. Once we are done our burden carry or our box step-ups, we're going to go into the following ladder. Right, so this is going to be kind of like a sandwich. Following ladder, 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15 of deadlifts, handstand push-ups, and burpees. So lots of movements here. So what you would do is start on the ladder with 3 deadlifts, then go to 3 handstand push-ups, then go to 3 burpees. After 3 burpees, you come back to the deadlifts, do 6, 6, and 6. Come back to the deadlifts, 9, 9, 9, then 12, 12, 12, 15, 15, 15. So we expect the first couple rounds, the 3, 6, and even the 9, to be relatively safe and from an unbroken standpoint and from a fatigue standpoint. You shouldn't feel like you get super tired during the 3, the 6, and the 9. It's the 12 and the 15 that we want you to just be cognizant of your form as you get tired and how you're going to approach the 12 and the 15 from a rep count standpoint. So by the time you get there, you're going to be a little fatigued, so it might be helpful to break it up in 6 and 6 or 8 and 7, depending on how you feel about these movements. So our deadlift, before we get into movements, after you finish your 15th burpee, you're going to go back out for another 300-meter burden carry or 30 weighted alternating box step-ups. Okay, so that's the entire workout. Carry, then we have a ladder sandwich, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 of deadlift, handstand push-up, burpee, and then finishing out with a burden carry or the box step-ups. Movement-wise, okay, deadlifts, start from the floor, barbells here, finish in standing with the shoulder behind the bar. Okay, to get there, we can go through the following checklist. 1, vertical shins. This will allow us to keep our hips high, higher than our knee, but lower than our shoulders. And then 2, shoulder blades rolled down and back, particularly back. Pretend you're trying to break the bar with your hands. Okay, back is flat. We're going to press through the ground, stand. Then when we go back and do the reverse, come over the bar. As the bar passes the knee, lower the hips slightly to get the bar to the ground. Those are our deadlifts for today. Handstand push-ups can be done on the wall, on a box, or we can do a dumbbell push press. Okay, dual dumbbell push press. Keep in mind that because we have those burpees there, our arms will get a little bit fatigued, particularly as we enter the 9, 12, and 15 part of the ladder. Okay? So we encourage you to break these up early before you need to. You shouldn't, instead of breaking it up because you're failing, break it up in anticipation that fatigue will come on. Okay, one more thing to note, deadlift weights should be a load that you can do the 3, the 6, and the 9 in a row. Okay, it should be common loads, okay, nothing heavier than we've seen before. We're building kind of our volume foundation with these deadlifts here, okay? Other than that, that is today's workout. Have an awesome workout, have fun, and we're looking forward to hearing what you think about it.